never about what others thought. It was never about race against time left on earth. It was never about seizing the day. It was the sense of loss and disconnect felt through it all. What was it all for? Who are we? What is the American society today that took place of it all? What is the old? Is it days, weeks, months, decades, centuries ago? His modern feeling of disconnect came from a romantic compassion for, well, what he thought was Indianness.
At the door a stranger stood. The stranger's voice said nothing good.
He always felt he was born in the wrong era or time. He longed for a more traditional sense of the meaning to life. So he left the modern world to find his Indianness. Born half Lakota and half Hispanic, he grew up like any other boy of mixed race, displaced, with both parents denying themselves of any cultural identity as a way to fit in with whites. So did he. No race, no culture, no past. He did all he could do to fit in between the puzzle pieces of American society that he had no control over, working as a cog in the machinery placed before him, Southern California. Who knows what people thought of him as he went playing with his friends, doing the things any other California kid would do: surfing, skating, snowboarding, drinking, partying, playing music. Just being a kid. Did others think of him differently? Did they expect him to be Indian? Did they expect him to do things differently? His whole life, his mind thought was, be white, be white, be white. Yet felt a force and longing for discovery of his Indianness. This thought of being white consumed him till the day he turned 19. Adult, free, my own life, he thought. This moment in his life brought the thought of no longer am I white, I am me, Native American, brought down and suppressed by the society put in place by whites. But what did this mean to be Native American or Indian? Was Indian even the proper name? He had no idea. The only sense of Indianness he knew was from old Western movies like Broken Arrow, The Searchers, Billy Jack, Jeremiah Johnson, The Last of the Mohicans. Although he subconsciously understood the various types of characters Indians played in film, he always felt a sense of compassion and identification with the noble savage, the one who was always in touch with nature, tracking and riding alone into the distance with the burden and pressures from whites. They were masculine, self-sufficient, resourceful, the ones you see suffering and treated unfairly. He left to find the noble savage within himself. To be with nature, secluded, alone, brave and strong. He got away from it all the tweets, Instagram, Facebook posts of self-indulgence, posts that only advertise one's life to say, hey, my life is meaningful. A shout, look at me, I exist. For him, he did not want to display his existence. He wanted to run from existence. He didn't want to exist. He wanted to be natural with earth, just as the trees, the sky, the water live as one, just like the rabbit and deer survive in fear of becoming prey. He wanted to feel a part of nature and be strong, masculine, self-sufficient, but kind and caring. He traveled far and wide, expanding vast parts of America to find what he thought it meant to be Indian, the Indians in films. Alone in solitude, he went out and saw nature for the first time. It was his first experience away from the city. With great feeling of freedom, his mind tried desperately to feel Indian. He tried to feel a sense of self-sufficient masculinity, survival. He sought out mysticism in nature, and to feel nature speak to him and give him direction. Maybe, just maybe, if I seclude myself from everyone and everything, I'd be more like the Indians I know in film. With the newfound sense of himself, he returned to discover what he romanticized as Indians as to be only a fictitious reality. These films about mystical Billy Jack that fought off a handful of men with just his feet for the greater good of the tribe, or Cochise in Broken Arrow portraying a strong warrior on horseback who is masculine and compassionate for his tribe, or like the Crow Indian in Jeremiah Johnson that is wealthy in fish and clothes, while the dumb white man can't even get one fish in a freezing cold stream. These were only examples of a denial of coevalness. To place an expectation of life through the lens of Indians in films is to say Indians are only this way and have always been this way, and still are today. But this isn't true. He wasn't looking to be Indian all along. He was just looking for himself as an Indian, coexisting and belonging in the modern world today.
And the sparrow and the seagull fly. John